Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. It is a Thursday here at the Oasis, global headquarters of the Galley of the Sun. So we have some prep to do for Open Fire Friday. Tomorrow we're making rotisserie mojo chicken. So we need to get that chicken marinating today. Let's get the marinade together.
Hit it.
I'm going to be doing 2 chickens because the inhabitants of the Oasis are, they like to eat. They like their chicken.
Feed me!
So I'm going to cook 2 of them. I was going to say something else as be clever, but in that sigh, I forgot. But anyway, doesn't matter. So first of all, for our marinade, we have some of this Goya mojo criollo. I probably butchered that, but it's good stuff. Going to put a cup of that into our bowl. Now, my friends, there are a good amount of ingredients for this marinade. And as always, all the ingredients, their amounts and the directions are down below in the description section. Next thing that goes in is 1 diced, destemmed, deseeded, deveined jalapeno. Next, we're going to add the zest of 2 limes. All right, it doesn't have to be perfect, just do your zest.
Oh, terrible. Dad joke alert.
Yeah. Galley of the Sun, garlic. You know we love it. Couple tablespoons of veggie oil. Couple teaspoons of apple cider vinegar.
You sure?
Screwed that up. Tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, so it needs another teaspoon. There we go. Couple of teaspoons of sugar. 1½ teaspoons, or ½ a tablespoon, it's the same thing, of ground cumin. 1¼ teaspoons of either kosher salt or sea salt. ½ a teaspoon of Mexican oregano, and ½ a teaspoon of coarse ground black pepper. Get that all mixed up. So into a Ziploc bag goes 1 complete chicken. And then your marinade. All right, gonna get that all worked around, get all the air we can out of that bag once I wash my paws, and set it in either the refrigerator or a cooler until the next day. The longer you give it to marinate, the more those flavors are gonna penetrate and be amazing. So we'll see you tomorrow out at the grill when it's time to get these puppies on the rotisserie. See you then. Well, here we are, my friends, on Open Fire Friday. I've taken the birds out of the marinade and then realized that the recipe says when you make that marinade, reserve half of it for basting later.
What? What are you saying?
So, as these are cooking, I'll be running in there and making some more marinade so I can baste them later, because I didn't read my own, I didn't read my own recipe.
Which is not advisable.
That's painful. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about the birds. We're going to get them on the spit for the next step. First thing I want to do is get this in there and figure out exactly where I want the forks. I'd say right about there is where I want my base fork. So we'll get that on there. Now, this isn't a big problem if you don't have a huge rotisserie that spans 2 separate grill plates. So this is a personal problem. Okay, got this. My strategy is I want the tops of the chicken facing each other, because I'm afraid if I put one leg first and put the second one leg first, those legs will be draping over the breast of the next chicken, and I'm not going to get some even cooking.
Logical.
So we'll get the first chicken on. And then we'll do all the securing after we have this hard part done. First chicken on, get that settled down on those forks. I feel good about that. Second chicken. And then last set of forks. All right, I'm okay with that. Okay. I'm gonna fold the wings back, and then I have some trussing pins here. I'm going to pin those to the breast to make sure they don't go anywhere on me. By the way, this was Charlotte's idea, and it's a good one. I was just going to use butcher twine. This is way easier. Going to get my paws washed, and then we'll get some rub on these. Alrighty, Spiceology makes this chili margarita seasoning. I think this will be perfect to go with that Cuban mojo flavor. Oh yeah, it will. Good citrusy flavor there. You can get the chilies. Oh, this is gonna be great. All right, then I'm gonna take my meter probes and get a probe in each chicken's thigh and breast so we can tell. To be safe, you need to cook chicken to 165. Now, anywhere between 165 and 185 is a fine temperature. I'm going to take it up to about 175. Most cooks will tell you if you get it around 175 and then let it rest, drift up to a 180-ish, that's when it's going to be the most incredible and juicy. So that's what we're shooting for. But we're dealing with an open fire, 2 different chickens, so 2 different zones, which I'm controlling that fire. Not by raising and lowering the grate, because I'm using the rotisserie. So I've got to use moving the coals alone. So it's a little bit more difficult. All right, I'm happy with my probe placement.
It sounds dirty, but it's not.
Huh, yeah. So let's get it on.
Come again?
Put the rod on the, let's put the rotisserie together. Okay, I can already see I need to get it shifted this way a little bit. And we're off. So I'll give you some status updates when we hit the 30-minute point, the hour, hour and a half. I'm guessing this is going to take about 2 hours, but this is my first time doing rotisserie chicken on an open flame. I've taken beef up to about 125, 130. I've yet to take anything up to 175, so we'll see how it goes. So you'll see some status reports along the way, and then we'll put together the finished product. See you then. All right, we're about an hour into cooking the chicken. As an appetizer, Johnsonville has these Philly cheesesteak sausages. So I grilled some of those up. Those are resting. We'll find out how those are. I'm not going to focus on those because I didn't make it. I cooked it, but anybody could do that. So you saw that we got our baked potatoes ready to go to make our Argentine mashed potatoes. Absolutely love those. I've done them in other episodes, so I'm not going to talk a lot about those. Now the other thing that the director loves with her meat is some cheese stuffed bell peppers. So once again, get yourself some 4-butted bell peppers. Why 4-butted? Because then it's easy to cut it in half and have 2 boats, and that's what we want. We'll knock out the stems and scoop out the seeds. So through experimentation, we have found that our favorite combination is provolone cheese and some Trader Joe's unexpected cheddar. I'm going to get these cubed up. I'm going to fill up these little boats. Then I'm going to hit them each with a little bit of Spiceology's Cowboy Butter and a little bit of Spiceology's Vampire Killer. We'll set those on the grill, let them go until the cheese melts. Those will be done and the director will be happy, which is all that matters in life.
Absolutely.
So we'll see you again when it's time to pull the chicken off. All right, we're about 2 hours in and we've hit 165 and I can't take it anymore. We're gonna get these pulled. So on camera, we'll do the dangerous part because it may be entertaining, and also every month we take our bloopers for the month, compile them and put them on the Patreon page for our patrons. So maybe this is gonna give us some fodder for that, or it might be legal record for my insurance company. We'll see. All right. This is a point where you don't want to use your leather gloves. You want to have a good heat-proof glove that is like silicone, so if the juices drip on you, it doesn't soak through and burn you. That's bad.
Very bad.
Very, very bad.
So far, so good. Now, where's the hoobie doobie? There it is. This is where it all goes wrong, my friends. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I was going the wrong direction. Don't tell anyone, because I was a machinist mate in the Navy, and that would be embarrassing. Keep it between us.
I feel that could have gone better.
Ooh, about had a chicken in the pool. All right, here's the plan, my friends. We're gonna get this inside. We're gonna get it covered with foil. We're gonna let it rest for 10 minutes. We're gonna take our pretty pictures for our thumbnail and for the beautiful money shot. Then we'll get a piece of this chicken out here with the director and find out how it tastes. We'll see you then. Alrighty, it took just over 2 hours to get that done, but it's going to depend on the type of wood you're using, the wind that day, how you stack your coals, etc., etc. So plan for at least 2 hours. But we got it done, and the director is going to give us judgment.
Very good. Very juicy.
I forgot to mic you up.
Very good. Very juicy.
I'm not used to her yelling at me.
I find that hard to believe.
Get used to it.
Fantastic. Does the moho seasoning come through? Does it scream Cuban to you?
Not really. I mean, a little bit, but not really.
Okay, but just good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, maybe you won't convince a Cuban, but it's a good recipe. Hey, I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become
A sunscriber.
Oh, she's so smart.
Yeah, she is something special.
Very special.
She is. All right, hey, hope you enjoyed what you saw today. Until we see you next time, fair winds and following the seas.